Okay, what we have here is VX Heavens. VX Heavens is a malware or virus research site where you can get utilities to write worms, viruses, and those types of things, which from an ethical hacking standpoint normally don't have to do, but it's good to know for research purposes. But as you see here is it's unavailable for legal reasons, which means it's gone. You no longer have this site on the internet because it was shut down. But nothing ever leaves the internet, and that's when the footprinting, we always can use resources. We talked about a lot of different tools we can use and different things we can do. So if I go here and I go to our archive.org site, the Wayback machine, and I go here and I put in vx.netlux.org. This is the VX Heavens website. Let's see if there's now they're up to 344 billion pages. They've been busy. They were 150 billion last time I checked. But now when I take myself back, look here. Even though it's been gone for a while, right? All this is here, but look back in here. A lot of pages. So let me click on one of these years. I'll go to 2011. And now what I do is I just select any date of this page. And there it is. There's the entire website available. Now I can go over here and go to constructors. And there you go. You want to write a worm, you want to write a virus, you want to write a Trojan, a batch maker, a batch encrypt. Anything you want to write, you can write in VX Heavens. And that is the power of footprinting on the internet. As I said, whatever happens on the internet stays on the internet. So whenever you put something on the internet, it's always there for somebody to repull or copy as they do in the actual Wayback machine. And the next site I want to show you is Shodan. Shodan is a cloud scanner. And Shodan does some really cool stuff because it'll search the cloud for information. And a lot of you out there is probably thinking, oh yeah, we're putting stuff in the cloud. Well, hackers have been waiting in the cloud for a while. These search engines, these cloud searchers, will give a lot of information to the hacker. So let's see what we can find. So if we go to our search directory, you want to find some webcams? There you go. Be careful what you look for. How about some default passwords? This is a query for default passwords. So all kinds of cool stuff there. Router and Cisco IOS last modified. And SCADA systems. These supervisory control SCADA systems on the internet. So when we click on SCADA, look at all the SCADA information. Now the scary thing is from a hacking standpoint, we love this, but these net bias services should not be allowed from the cloud. So now what I do, if I click on this net bias service, look at all these SCADA systems that are not only leaking where they are, they're leaking. This is NBT stat stuff. There's the work group. Remember how we showed if the work group's there in the course we show you the work group, that means it's never been part of a domain. None of these net bias statistics should be coming from the internet. Look here. We got a nice MAC address there, right? So we have a lot of really cool stuff here coming from the internet, and we're footprinting. So what you would do in an organization is you would go in here and you would configure and customize a search and do it for an organization that you're testing in your red teaming. So if you're doing red teaming, you'd go here and start footprinting the organization without ever sending a packet into the organization itself, which is why we like to call footprinting non-intrusive target search. We're actually looking for data in the public records. We're not doing anything other than querying search engines and databases, Google hacking, and all that type of stuff. Okay? And the last thing I'll show you on this is actually kind of the latest footprinting tool we like to use. Statch and Lou have set up a really cool tool called Diggity. So they got this entire day, like Family Guy. Here's this entire Google hacking Diggity project. So when you go there, you can download an actual excellent search engine tool that not only use Google, but you use Bing and all these other tools to do your searches and your footprinting. So there's a lot of things you can do now with these footprinting tools that are allowed and accessible from the internet. And there you go. You want some attack tools, you want some defense tools, you want presentation slides. There you go. So what we've done in this demonstration is show you that footprinting is easy with the cloud scanners that we have on the internet today. And remember, footprinting, before we do a whole lot of other information, we don't have to even send one packet into our target and alert them. Eventually, when we send packets to the target, we've researched our target, we've got our red team plan together, and we've identified how we're potentially going to break into the target because of the public information that we find is very valuable. As we saw in the SCADA search, we saw all those net bias results come back. That should never happen in the modern network. Net bias ports are for Windows communications within a Windows domain and a Windows architecture. So why is net bias being allowed from the cloud? That's a huge mistake, but remember, we're on offense, so we're happy about that mistake. And this concludes the demo.